Okay, welcome to another Rewind the Gig video where I'll be giving you my review of Skunk Anansie, who played at the O2 Academy in Glasgow on Thursday the 10th of April 2025. This was part of their spring tour promoting the forthcoming album The Painful Truth. In this video I'll give you my thoughts on the venue and the merchandise that was on offer, what the crowd was like and the set list, and then I'll give you my concluding thoughts. For those of you who have not seen my channel before, my name is Ricky and the channel is called Rewind the Gig. Okay, so the venue for this was the O2 Academy in Glasgow, which used to be a church and then it was converted into a cinema before latterly hosting gigs. It's got a capacity of 2,550 people and it's quite cool, the layout inside. Like on the ground floor you've got a large standing area, you've got bars sort of mirrored in both sides, and then there's a sort of raised platform for people standing at the sides, and then you've got an up the stairs bit where you've got a large seating area in the middle of the arena, and then at the side you've got balcony booths. I think there was 6 of them in total. So I actually had tickets for the booth and I was pleasantly surprised last night by the area, because the last time I was in the booth was 2019 for Bullet for My Valentine, and there was like loads of people in it. I think there was about 20 odd people in each of the different booths, but they seem to have restricted it, so there was only half a dozen of us, so I had a fantastic, like, unobscured view. So I did actually record some songs from the show, I think 7 or 8, and they'll be up on my channel as well. And I played it back a couple of times this morning because I was still a bit euphoric about the concert, and I'm really pleased. The footage is excellent and the sound is really good on it. So check that out if you want to rewind the gig and see what Skunk Anansie sounded like. So the ticket price for the gig was good value. It came in at £46. So I hadn't seen Skunk Anansie since 2011 when they had a spot at the Download Festival. Prior to that, it was actually 2010 when I saw them. Now, I saw them before the gig on the O2 Academy. They played a small acoustic show. I won tickets in some sort of competition, I can't remember where, but you basically saw the band play and they did like half an hour's worth of songs, and I got to meet the band and I'm quite pleased with the photo that I got with the band. Skin's kind of laughing in it because she says, "Oh, you look like our band manager but better looking." Honestly, she did say that, I'm not just kidding you. So I'm really pleased, that's a really good photo, I like that. And then there was the gig at night. I did change out the suit, by the way, for the gig. It was just because I'd gone straight from work at that point. So I went home and changed, and that was a really good gig. So it's been ages since I saw Skunk Anansie, and when I saw this tour announced, I thought, right, I better get on that. I got the balcony booth standing bits, so myself and Carol both enjoyed it. We had unobstructed view and it was great kind of looking down, people watching. You could see everybody down below having a great time, and yeah, it gives it a sort of different perspective. Okay, so to the merchandise. Now, this is the only drawback with me having a balcony booth ticket. I got to the venue, I think it was just before 8 o'clock, and I wanted to go in and check out the merchandise, which is downstairs, just when you go through the doors on the left. And they wouldn't let me in. She says, "Oh, you can't get in with that ticket, you'll need to come down just 15 minutes from the end of the show." So I had to wait until, well, I waited until the gig was over, and then I went down, and the queue was massive. So I didn't buy anything, but you can see the t-shirts on offer. It's a few of them, they're priced at the usual sort of £40, and I did fancy the one with the green and pink with the tour dates on it. It did look pretty cool. Skin changed into that t-shirt for like the last few songs, and no doubt there was probably a few folk queuing up to buy it, but the queue was massive, so decided to leave it. However, you might notice that I'm sporting a Skunk Anansie The Painful Truth t-shirt, I didn't actually see this at the gig last night when I took that picture, but there was guys outside, you know the ones I mean, that were selling the knocked off goods or whatever, and it was only a tenner, so I picked one up, £10, can't go wrong, and I got it in grey, which is a wee bit different, so it's got the gig dates in the back, so I was quite happy with that. I mean, I've paid my £46 to see them, and I might go onto their website and I might buy that t-shirt with the pink and green on it, because I do think it's a pretty cool one. So, to the gig itself, now, I didn't see the support act. I think they were called So Good. I think it was a change of support from the original one. I think they dropped out, but I got there just about 8 o'clock and it was already pretty full inside. As I say, we managed to get a good spot in the balcony booth. So she came on stage like at 10 to 9 and they played until 10:30. So a good hour and 40 minutes. And they went through 21 songs. I checked out the set list beforehand, so I kind of know what songs are coming on and I can keep my eye out for recording a few of them. So I make no apologies for recording some of the songs. I think everybody can enjoy gigs in different ways. I've seen Skunk Anansie a few times and I don't have any footage from it. So it's not to say I'm not enjoying myself just because I'm videoing it and I'm zooming in and I'm following her about. I am enjoying it, and when I wasn't filming it, I was singing and dancing about. So people enjoy gigs in different ways. I just don't like it maybe when there's a phone up in front of somebody, but as I say, we were in the booth, so I wasn't obstructing anybody's view. So they played 4 songs off of the forthcoming album, The Painful Truth. They played Animal, Cheers, An Artist is an Artist, and Lost and Found. I thought the set list was good. It was a good mix of songs from the different albums. I thought the new songs went down well. So the one song that we didn't have last night at Glasgow, which they had played in some of the other venues, was Piggy. And to be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of that song, but for those of you who don't know, at some of the other shows, she's been on this, Skin's got up in this big inflatable pig and gone right over the audience and relied on the audience to, push this pig all the way from the front to the back to the side. But I don't know how they decide whether they're going to use it or not, but I noticed that she did fall off it at one of the other gigs the other night, so maybe she's decided against that. But they had it in the bar downstairs, so I got a wee photo with Carol, who I was at the gig with, afterwards, and it's massive. It doesn't look that big in the videos that I saw on Facebook, but yeah, it's a shame that wasn't out. That would have been a good spectacle. Okay, so I'll touch on the crowd. I thought the crowd last night was excellent. There was so many happy faces in it. I could see this when Skin went into the crowd during I Can Dream. You could see the delight in people's faces as she was joining them in the crowd. And hopefully if some of you are watching this to try and see if you are actually captured somewhere, let me know in the comments if you're in this. It is some really good footage, some really close-up images of Skin and the fans. And I think it's great that she does that. It definitely makes a bond between you and the fans because you're down there and you're getting personal with it. So you can see how happy people are that she's in amongst them. And, nobody was really too bothersome. Everybody was quite well behaved and just happy and living in the moment. So I'd seen at some of the other shows she did sort of stage dive off or jump off of balconies into the crowd, and she sort of did it from the disabled section last night, and it was great just to see the hands of crowds supporting her and putting her to the back, and I just think it's brilliant that she does that. So she went into the crowd twice. She also did it during Little Baby Swastika and was calling for the girls in the pit to get closer. So kudos to her. I mean, the energy that she brought to the show was excellent. I think she's a really good front woman. And she didn't talk too much in between. I had the usual brilliant to be back at Glasgow. She had a wee kind of 3 or 4 minute chat before God Only Loves You, just talking about togetherness and, you know, everybody working together and being nice to each other and stuff. So that was nice to hear. I can't believe I checked it out. She's 57 years old, or 57 years young, however you want to view it. And she looks really good for her age. I didn't know that. And vocally, she sounded incredible, I thought. So I thought it was really good. I really can't fault this gig. Like, I just wish that I'd maybe seen them sooner than what I did. Like 15 years or 14 years was quite a long wait. So I'm hoping the album's successful for them, and then they'll tour again shortly, you know, at the end of the year or next year. I'll definitely go and see them. Okay, so I really enjoyed this gig. You can probably tell by the sort of smile on my face throughout this review that I'm still kind of buzzing from going and seeing them last night. My only thing I would maybe have changed was they closed in the song Lost and Found, which is a new one, and it has grown on me. I do like the song, don't get me wrong, but I think maybe a higher energy song, like, see if they maybe finished on Weak, like, that's really powerful and quite up-tempo and aggressive, whereas Lost and Found is a wee bit more subdued. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you would think about having as a replacement closing song. But I mean, maybe Lost and Found will grow in popularity and, you know, folk will really like that as a closer. I don't know, it's all about opinions. So summing up, I loved the gig. I couldn't really fault it. I thought the energy of the crowd was excellent. I did notice, I could see 4 people crowd surfing throughout the concert. There was one guy earlier on, and then there was 3 in a row during the cover of Whole Lot of Love by Led Zepp. There was three guys in a row get punted up. And it's just as well there wasn't more, because the security staff don't think they were stocked enough to handle it. Let's say there was 2 women and about 2 guys, and they weren't exactly big, so it's a good job that there wasn't loads of people going over the top. But yeah, people just had a good time, and that's what it's all about. Please remember, I'll have my video on the channel showing 7 or 8 of the songs. There's some really good ones in there, like Someone Loves You, I've got Hedonism, I've got Weak As I Am, and I've got I Can Dream and Little Baby Swastika. So you'll see Skin going into the crowd, so not to be missed. As I say, the sound quality on it is really good. I'm not sure what it'll be like once YouTube's done its thing, but it's a really good watch, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. So if you're at this gig, or you saw them on the tour already, or you're going to see them, let me know in the comments what you thought. And until the next time, have a great day.